Oh. Well, we're not off to a stellar start. Although the game did load. I don't know how to start it. Let's see. This is probably not the best one to start with anyway. Just because I don't have any instructions. I'm aware of Elite 2, but not Elite 1. And this probably needs some kind of like keyboard cover, like a overlay or something. Yeah, nothing doing with that. So let's pick something else. What's an all-time favorite Specky title? How about one of those Horace games, like Horace Goes Skiing? That might be fun. Check out our... Make sure everything's okay. That's right, Michael. You don't mess with the 48K Spectrum if you're smart. So, just got done waiting 5 minutes for Elite to load, and then I couldn't figure out how to start the game. So, we're going to try something a little bit lighter. We're going to try Horace Goes Skiing. So, in case you've never used a Spectrum before, being from the US, like you are, like I am, you push J, which means load, and then Shift P twice, enter, and then you start the tape. The tape in this case being my old Motorola E smartphone. We push play on tape, and just like that, the game loads. Hey, the future was 8-bit. How's it going, man? Are you, is this a Sanxion, or is this another future was 8-bit employee? I know you guys are Legion. So, this program, Tim, good to see you, takes 2 minutes and 5 seconds to load. So we'll have some time to get to know each other. I'm super excited that this actually worked, that my new monitor is rocking it, and that everything appears to be going smoothly. Yeah, it's you know, it does give you the thing I like about the Spectrum that the Atari. I don't believe the Atari had, because I had some cassette games for the Atari, and I don't remember the loading screens being all that great. But on the Spectrum, man, it's great. I mean, they give you a little picture to look at. It's always interesting. Sometimes it loads as the game is loading, so you can kind of watch it envelop itself. I'm also glad that this thing is working with my capture card. What I've done here is the signal from the Spectrum is actually going out of the Spectrum into a 1 in 2 out powered splitter, and like an old Radio Shack splitter, and then one half of that going into my JVC TM-A13 SU monitor, and the other half going to the capture card, which is a basic cheap $10 easy capture from Amazon that works better than my $50 Elgato for classic systems. So, all right, so here we are. We're in demo mode. I'm just kind of watching this thing. I guess you go into the skis. After you do that, you got to make your way back across the street here. Okay, so let's just get into it. So there we go. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tim. Absolutely. Okay, I've pressed a key. I guess I should press it one more time. Okay. So there's Horace. He's running uncontrollably to the side. And just like, oh, okay. Trying to figure out if there are, okay, yep. So that's how you go, okay. So we got I and P. And what would be down? Maybe one of these keys over here, yeah. Maybe A. Nope, okay. S. This happened to me before. How did I get out of it? Okay. Oh, okay. So Z makes you go down. Okay. So here we go. We're ready. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Q and Z are down and up. Okay. So we just got to kind of thread the needle here. Thread the needle. Bam. Okay. Now we need to go get the skis. We got the skis. We got to go back up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tim. I didn't think about that, but that would have been a great use of that other channel. No money, no ski. All right, give this another shot here. Oh my gosh. What if you hit the, I mean, they should give you a break. If you get hit by the ambulance, they should give you a break. That's all I'm saying. Oh. It's so unintuitive to control with the keyboard. Okay, at least they start you down here with the skis already. Okay. So, there we go. We did it. We made it to the ski place, I think. Okay. Oh. Okay, skis are still okay. That's probably where I should have gone through. We'll come over here. All right. Yep. Yep. Oh. I always liked a good skiing game. You know? It's very reliable. Oh, you get the little moguls here. Maybe a little extra points. I don't know if that's true or not. You don't really have control of your speed in this section. You can't speed up. You're sort of at the mercy of the course. That is a difficult thing to do. Okay. Look at that. Horace is ready for the Olympic team. I once read a story about how Horace came about, but I can no longer recall the details of that story. I think I read it in Retro Gamer. There it is. Made it to the finish. Horace, you're champion. All right. Now we gotta just make it. I guess this is the game. We just got to go back across and ski again. Except it's more difficult to make it across the road this time. Jeez Louise. Hey Duncan. So far so good, man. I've always been a fan of the Spectrum. This is just my first chance to play it on actual hardware. Which, I must say, rules. You might have heard that there is a new club in town, the Taze Valley Computer Club. And we are going to be meeting in February, and the Spectrum and me will be making an appearance. Aaron is going to be bringing his Atari computer. He just bought a new Uno multi-cart, and he's going to be bringing that. I'm going to be bringing the Spectrum. I guarantee you, 99.9, aka everybody that's not Aaron at the computer club meeting will have never seen a Spectrum. So it's going to be super, super cool to show that off to people. And that's the end of my thing. Ricky, it's an interesting question. There was a, a Spectrum of sorts, the Timex Sinclair. However, it was totally incompatible with Spectrum software. It was the same chipset and everything, but something about it was different. And so what lots of Timex Sinclair owners did was they actually bought a modification. I don't know if it was a chip or a cart or something that lets you run ZX Spectrum games on it. But of course you were still stuck. I think there were still issues with PAL and stuff like that. There's really no pause on the Spectrum, so if you want to take a break, you just kind of let Horace go over there. I'm going to raise my chair up a little bit so I can get closer into the action. You know, one of the things that I love about old computers is you just got to get right up close and personal with the monitor. As you can see, the monitor is right there, and I want to be just sticking my face right there in the monitor. And just the glow of the CRT is amazing. Everything's amazing. I could probably brighten this. I don't know if that's really making a big difference there. Yeah. That's a great. Oh, I'm sure it used. I'm sure it used a tape, Ricky. Actually, you know, I want to say that it used cartridges. Is that right, Tim? Didn't it use cartridges? Oh, that's awesome, Tim. You guys thought of everything. Okay, so here we go. I've drinking a little bit of the Ryan's Irish Cream that I bought Aaron on the Ireland trip, and I'm ready to go here. See if I can beat my score of 760. Well, not off to a great start. There we go. Threaded the needle. Got the skis. These are dangerous streets. The dangerous streets of Britain. Full of motorbikes, software trucks. Yeah, I guess even the Coco, I had cards. Of course, you know, the C64 in the very beginning, the disk drives were so expensive. Of course, that was the way it was everywhere, but it seemed like disk drives got cheaper in the States faster than they got cheaper in the UK. Because I mean, everybody I knew growing up that had a computer had a disk drive. Of course, anybody that was still rocking the 8-bit machines when I was coming of age was behind the times, because so young compared to Aaron. He's 10 years older than me. So I was, you know, we got our Atari in 86 probably, the Atari 1200 XL. And of course it was wildly out of date by then. Oh, glad my skis are still okay. How are the loading times on that 10 minute? No, missed the bonus. How are the loading times on a VIC-20 with a cassette drive? I'm starting to get used to this keyboard thing. It's not so bad. I don't think I'm going to beat my previous score. So I'm taking a request, guys. If there's a Spectrum game that you'd like me to play, let me know, and I'll fire it up. It would be great if it was easily controllable with the keyboard, because I don't have joystick. No money, no ski. It's the story of my life. All right, Horace Goes Skiing. Good game. Would have been great if they would have designed an on-off switch for this thing. I think that the 48K Spectrum is probably the pinnacle in terms of, like, you know, size, the way it looks. Of course, I'm sure it's horrible to actually do any real work on, but it's right up there with the original PET in terms of the coolness of it. All right, so we got a couple different requests here. Paul J says Dragon Torque of Avalon, Rogue, Manic Miner. Manic Miner I'm horrible at. I'm terrible at Manic Miner. Grand Prix Simulator, Trash Man. Let's try Trash Man. That's a game that I've always been curious about. I read about all these games in Retro Gamer, and I never have a chance to play them. I will tell you that this app, which is called Play ZX on the Android, is fantastic. It's all it is it's all the games, and you just connect this to your Spectrum and you're ready to go. Once you figure out all the options, which took me a while. Okay. So, Trash Man, let's, boom. We'll try Grand Prix Simulator and Rogue after this. We'll get to all of them. I got time. I got nothing but time. Yeah, this is just vanilla Trash Man. New generation software, 1982. 4 minutes, 10 seconds load time. So did you start with a ZX81? Future was 8-bit? Can probably move that. There we go. Here we go. This is, okay, I guess it's, again, with the colorful title screen. Of course, I guess this is what the game looks like. I love the colors of the Spectrum. They're all the bright, you know, the Atari palette is just so drab in comparison. Of course, the Atari 8-bits, much more powerful machines than the Spectrum in many ways. But the Spectrum has a charm that just can't be beat. Glad to hear it, Paul. This is the real deal right here. There it is. And soon, my joystick adapter will arrive. And I'll be playing in style with the classic Epix 500 XJ, which is fast to become my favorite joystick of all time, although I just bought one a couple weeks ago. I was using this horrid thing called the gym stick, which is the same one that I had when I was a kid, and I didn't know what I was missing with the epics. The Conic Speed King. I love it. That's a much better name. Maybe have a bit more of the Ryan's Irish Cream, made with imported Irish whiskey, I might add. Aaron has a similar stick. I think it's also made by Epics. Oh no, it's not. It's made by Wicco, and it's called the Ergo stick. And it's the same general shape as this stick, except it's made out of a soft touch, almost like a rubber. But it also has a micro switch and the side button here. Okay. So we want, of course, our keyboard. So 1. Okay. Well, I'm pressing the B key, pressing other keys. Is there something special that I need to do to actually get the, maybe I have to press, nope. Need some help here, folks. I can't believe how clear this screen is. This monitor, you know, this is the first time I've had it hooked up. All right, Commander Amigo Retrocast, we will be here when you get back. Cursor keys up and down. You know, since every key has about 15 different functions, there's a, I see an up arrow. Nope. All right. Maybe we should just try all, whoop, okay, so that brings us that way. Yeah, it's not letting me type in anything. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean about the cursor keys. The cursor, you know, unless you're right on top of the keyboard, like I couldn't, leaning back like this, above the 7, all I see is white. I don't see those arrows. So, sorry, my bad. So we're gonna go, it's gonna be weird, but that's okay. Trash Man Boat. Go and collect 5 bins from Montague Road. That's a very British sounding road. We don't have any roads called Montague here in the States. It's too fancy. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm ready. Tell me what to do. Perhaps hit that again, okay? And here are my cursor keys. Oh, this is going to be kind of a nightmare. These are not the keys that I would have chosen. Okay. Okay, I see a bin over. Okay, there's a bin right there. Okay, got the bin. Now I guess I'm supposed to take it back to the trash can. Oh, nope, come on. Yep. Nope. Oh, shoot. Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm sure there's a million Montague Streets. How many Montague Streets do you think there are in West Virginia, Aaron? Tangled up in blue. I've won several awards for my Bob Dylan impersonations. Look at that. I'm emptying it. Do I have to take it back now? Ah! Collect the bin. Return it to its original location. That could get dicey. I don't have a good memory. Also tend to wander into the roads here. Or into the grass. There is sound. It's coming out of the spectrum. So it's going to be very low. It's one of the downsides of the Spectrum 48K. Oh, there's even a little gate. How cute is that? That's awesome. Okay. Up. Nope, don't leave me. All right. I realize I am slow. That's true. Okay. I'm going to move with speed now. Once I get a joystick, I'm going to be unstoppable at all Spectrum games. Yeah. I'm not expecting a lot of bonuses from my time with Trash Man. Put the... Okay. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, down. But just like the amount of change between the ZX81 and the Spectrum, I'm sure that kids just thought this was it. This was as best as it could ever be. Because you know, I've never used a ZX81, but I've seen plenty of screenshots, and it is not the same machine as the mighty Spectrum. Come on up, Trash Can. I'm ready for you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I was moving fast there. Do I have to go over to the other side? Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. That's going to have to be one that I come back to with the joystick, because using the cursor keys is very... It's not your WASD, for sure. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, when I have a stick, I should be able to get all 5 in there. But yeah, so mark that under things that I will return to in the future. All right. So up next was Rogue. Michael, you still with us? I hope so, because this is your game. Not really. I mean, you didn't make Rogue. Michael is quite a superstar in the game publishing world, though. He has a game on Steam called Luna and the Moonling. I highly suggest you check it out. But anyway, we're here to play Rogue. So, load. Boom. Okay. Here it is. Oh, a late release for the Spectrum. Rogue Mastertronic 1988. So this is well beyond the spectrum's normal lifestyle or lifespan. About the same time the Sam Coupe was released. Right, Aaron? If you're still here. Man, listening to that episode, you know, you and Brent really poo-pooed the idea of the Sam Coupe. You really dislike. I think it was an amazing idea. There's never been a system like it. A system released by a third party to play games written for another system with faster loading times, better, no color clash. It was. I can't think of another system like it. I think that it's. It was priced well, 169 pounds. Tim, if I ever make it over to where do you live? Somerset. If I ever make it over to Somerset, I want to go with Sam Coupe. So we are 1 minute 21 seconds into our 4-minute loading screen of the Rogue. I wonder if MAD are I'm sure that's the initials of the, well, I don't know if it's Mastertronic Awesome Design or if that's the, yeah, it probably is because it looks like ED is the initials of the artist there. I'm leaving out a bunch of my favorites like a Tic Tac and Jetpack. Once I get the joystick, it's going to be all Spectrum all the time, except when it's Atari. So many good games. So many games I want to play. But you do definitely tend to stick with games longer after you slog through the loading screen. It's definitely not the emulation route. What system did you guys play Rogue on first? My first Rogue system was... I didn't play Rogue until like 5 years ago. Probably, no, it's been longer. It's been longer than that. 7 years ago was the first time that I played Rogue. I got real into roguelikes. And but back in the day... you know, the Atari, I guess the Atari had a Rogue, but I never had it. I never played it. Yeah, keep the suggestions coming, Paul. I played a Rogue, a clone called Brogue, like a Scottish Brogue. It's fantastic. In fact, I think I streamed it on here before. I always remember because I was wearing a tuxedo because I had an orchestra concert that night. And wonder if there was a version of Action Biker for the Spectrum. That's one of my favorite games on the Atari 8-bit. Okay. My Rogue's name is Boat. We want keyboard. Okay. So that. That's not what I was expecting. So it looks like I have control of this arrow. And okay. Oh man, this is not cool. This is not what you want in I see no way up. Okay. This is not the rogue that I was expecting. The rogue that I was expecting is you know, ASCII characters with controls, you know, not like moving a cursor on a screen. This was a this was a bad idea. So sorry, Michael. I'm sure this was not what you were expecting either. So we're going to move on to Duncan Styles' game, Microprose Grand Prix Simulator. Oh, not Microprose. Sorry. Codemasters Grand Prix Simulator. Okay, this is a 1987 game. Okay, oops. There we go. And boom. By the Oliver Twins. I remember talking to them about this, or they brought it up in our interview. You know, it seems like just yesterday we interviewed the Oliver Twins on the show, but it's been like 3 years ago. I mean, it's been a while. I actually can't remember exactly when we interviewed the Oliver Twins, but it's been a while ago. Hey man, I love top-down racers. That's my bag and my jam. This one has a surprisingly long loading time of 5 minutes and 58 seconds. So we'll have plenty to discuss. I've got to get the system is not perfect. The thing that's cool about this, oh, you know, yeah, the thing that's cool about this monitor is that it has bespoke outputs for both inputs. So you've got RCA jack video in for A and B, but then you also have out for A and B. And so what I need to do is get maybe like a splitter. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Something like this guy right here. And then I can run outputs. No, I don't know if I wonder if it can go in and out at the same time. I'm sure that it can. I mean, why couldn't it? And run outputs A and B here. Then I can switch between the two here and they both feed into the splitter. Which, no, that's not right at all. I'll have to ponder this. I'm still working out the perfect setup for retro computers here at Amigo Studios. Hey man, it gives us time to talk. We get to know each other. I can't wait to hear sampled speech on the Spectrum. I wish there was a way to increase the volume. There hasn't, to be honest with you guys, there hasn't been much volume or much sound to speak of on this Becky. I don't see anything right off the top of the keyboard that's telling me how to turn up the volume on this thing. I'm sure that there are ways to tap into the board and get that out of there, but if I really get into the Spectrum, probably the best thing to do is to get the what is it, the Spectrum Plus 2 that has the built-in cassette drive, and go from there. and that has, I think that has an audio out port, pure and simple. Although I am very grateful to Gary Hucker for sending me this ZX Spectrum all the way from the great land of New Zealand. This Spectrum has literally been around the world. We are closing in on our loading time. We are 3 minutes 46 seconds in, out of a 5 minute 58 seconds loading time. You know, people, to me, this is part of the experience. You know, this is yet another reason to prefer the original hardware to the emulated version. You can, this is, well, really, it can't get any realer than this. I mean, we've got the real hardware. The Spectrum shipped with no joystick support. You know, there's no joystick ports on this thing, so we're using the keyboard. We've got a CRT monitor, a PAL CRT monitor. Yeah, Paul, I would love one too. I would love any Amiga that anyone wants to see me. We do have a Amiga 600, but we are waiting for, well, it's got joystick issues. So, yeah, Duncan, well, I think, I don't know if you were here yet, but we were talking about the loading screens. The loading screens on the Spectrum are so much better than on the Atari for cassette files. Cool, you know, this monitor, this is actually a very late model monitor. This JVC monitor is made in 2006, so it should give you many years of use, and I intend to really use it a lot. You are Pixels, welcome. We are closing in. We have less than 10 seconds to go before either A, the program completely loads, or B, we choose another game. That's a great question. I believe that it does, Duncan, but oh, here's some sound. Get ready. Hold on a second. Let me. Can you hear that? Pretty good. Okay. So this is one of the games that lets you define the keys, which I like a lot. So we need to press caps E to define keys. Okay? Caps E. I do not require a Kempston joystick. Okay. So we're going to do WASD. This is fantastic. Okay? Left, right. Oh no, we probably want, we'll do J and K for that. Okay, player 2, we don't care. All right, we're ready. So, all right. Uh-oh. So no in-game music on this one. This is a solely sort of a motoring sound, I would call it. Just like blood on the tracks. Here, another Bob Dylan reference to continue the day. That's more than a little unsettling. What do you think that's about there, that big blood stain on the tracks? You know, putting the word simulator in the title of this game, perhaps a bit audacious. Whoa, whoa. I've just lost myself here. All right. Things got a little out of control there. Come on. Oh, oil. Is oil red in the UK? Is that like a different thing? Is it like a seal oil? Oh, yeah. Speech. There is speech. Michael, I don't know if you were here for the... Okay, we got to give that another go. Michael, I don't know if you were here for the Rogue, but it did not go well. Rogue was not the kind of Rogue that I wanted. It was not ASCII. It was a late release, 88 release. So, okay, yeah, the Spectrum can't really do brown very well, so that makes sense. You know, when you look at it in a certain way, it does look brown. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. The Spectrum does bright colors so much more easily. It does your purples, your cyans. This time, I'm going to dominate my opponent. This time I slightly gone outside the lines there. Codemasters games were mostly a budget affair, right? These were like games that were like £3.99, something like that. I can't imagine that this was a full price game, was it? Although it does have sound, so. What? How was that not the last lap? He was not a full lap ahead of me, was he? Yeah, $2.99, which, I mean, that's fine. You know, for £2.99, I'm sure with 2 players, you could get a heck of a lot of enjoyment out of this game. All right. Ah, okay, that makes sense. All right. Last time, he's going down. I'm going to give you some of that awesome sound. Okay. Whoa. Now, what are these things that I'm picking up? Are these just like bonus points? Yeah, they look like tools, like a jack. I don't like losing myself under that tunnel. Okay, if I'm not going to win, I'm determined to finish. I will not go outside the bounds of the track. So it is still, it's slightly warmer here in West Virginia than it was when I drove to work this morning. It was 3 degrees Fahrenheit. 3 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius, but it's not warm. I can tell you that. Now here, see, I should have finished that time. They should have given me the flag or something. Anyway, This is a good game for £2.99. That seems right. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. Yeah, it has no audio out. You get a on the back of this thing, you've got a plug that says ear, which you would think would be earphone, but it's not. It is what you plug the tape deck into, and then you've got a hole that says mic, and of course that's the microphone input. So so no audio out jack on that, unfortunately. Hey Marcus, welcome. Brazil's a beautiful country. I'd love to go one day. I love Antonio Carlos Jobim, one of my favorites, and Astrid Gilberto. Yeah, I should set up a mic next. You know, that's not a bad idea, Pixels. And I can actually make that happen pretty easily right now. Hold on a second. Well, I could if I knew where Aaron's mic was. Aaron probably walked off with his mic. He took it home with him. He does that sometimes just to annoy me. And this is seriously the first time I have not been able to find the microphone right away, because it's usually either right there or, oh, here it is. Okay. So we'll string up this microphone here, and we'll put that right next to the Spectrum. And now we will be able to rock and roll with the next game. So the next game being, if I go up to the original, I think we got through, everybody's gotten their original picks, so we can do Pixels. You're up. The BMX simulators were pretty good. ATV. What do you want, Pixels? BMX or ATV simulator? ATV every time, all right? Marcus, we have played quite a bit of the 500. We mostly cover Amiga games on here on this channel. Okay. Reset this. Now I figure what I might need to do is, let's see. I think that I might need to crank up the volume here. Okay, you should be able to hear the Spectrum pecking now. In fact, you should be able to hear me a lot more clearly too, because I'm going to be coming through in stereo when I look at the television. All right. I promise I won't say any more Counting Crows. Okay. Load. ATV. All right, so ATV simulator. We can do, hey, you know, I am so used to having my keyboard being broken because my poor Atari 1200 XL, the keyboard is well, like, some of the keys work and some of the keys don't. I've gone through all this rigmarole of getting a membrane. The membrane didn't work. I took a bath on shipping and returning it. So just having a classic computer keyboard that works. We should definitely play like The Hobbit or one of those, you know, graphic adventure games. That would be fun. You get a lot of the Sega consoles in Brazil, right, Marcus? Like the Master System and the Mega Drive. That's what I've always heard about Brazil. How are you, Picard? I didn't get a chance to say hello to you. Hope you're doing well on the bridge of the Enterprise. Look at that guy. He's having a blast. How common are ATVs in England? I mean, I lived in England for almost a year, and I traveled a fair bit around your fine country. I didn't see any ATVs just sort of out and about. Yeah, it's up all night with the ZX Spectrum stream. You guys, all you England guys are crazy. Now, in my neighborhood, there are people that ride ATVs just constantly around my neighborhood. Not so much now when it's 2 degrees out, but in the summertime, they'll just get on their ATV and just ride, because my subdivision is like a big square, and they'll just ride out on the street, which I believe might technically be illegal, but this is West Virginia, and nobody cares. I would not dispute that, Pixels. ATVs are scary things, and I don't trust myself on any sort of motorized vehicle with an open canopy. However, I am learning how to drive a new sort of vehicle this summer. I've signed up for a beginner's sailing class, where I will learn to command the seas in my own sailboat, which I do not own. So this is something that's given on down in Fayette County, West Virginia. This guy gives free sailing lessons as part of a club, and once I complete the sailing lesson, of course, the next step is to buy the 46-foot yacht and immediately embark on a transatlantic journey. I feel I will be ready to do this after the 2-hour Learn to Sail course. Yeah, absolutely. I went on a sailboat last fall when I went to visit my brother in Oklahoma, and it was pretty much the greatest experience of my life. It was awesome. And so I'm looking forward to cutting the jib and manning the boom and learning all the terminology. You have no idea, Aaron, how close it's come. I get on Craigslist and I almost buy a boat literally every day. Marcus, you can. If you have a Raspberry Pi, you can emulate the Amiga 500. You can emulate it with Amibian. If you do a search for Amibian, you can learn all about it. We are closing in on our load time here. That we are less than 20 seconds away from living the dream that is ATV Simulator. You know, Aaron, if I buy a boat, it will probably... Boy, it's a tough one. I might turn it around and want to sell it and just suffer immediate buyer's remorse, or it might last a season. I'm not sure, but you should take bets on that. All right, we are ready to go. So we want to choose our control scheme. Now that I know where the cursor keys are, this is nope. Unfortunately, when I hit the enter key, the music stopped. I apologize for that. There's nothing I could do. Okay, keyboard. Oh, and here we go again with the choosable controls. I love that so much. Okay, left, right, wheel up, wheel down. Okay, well I'm okay with S and D being left and right. Although maybe I would prefer A and S. Wheel up, wheel down. Why don't we? Oh, and there's a jump too. Boy, dealing with 3 keys is sometimes precarious. All right, so we're going to go I, J, and N. Look at that. That's, you know, the Spectrum didn't have much to offer in terms of music. But I mean, like, that's really good. That's really good. Either socket could be connected to headphones or as an amplifier, as an audio output. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not thinking about a different ZX model? Because I'm almost positive. Yeah, are you looking at the one for the 48K? I just can't imagine why the mic socket would be able to be used as a as an audio out. I mean, I hope that it is, because then we're going to be in business in just like, I mean, the next time we do this, I've got a Y cable that'll get the job done. You know what? Hold on a second. We got nothing but time here. I'm going to go get my Y cable and you guys can let me know. Hold on a second. You can listen to this awesome music while I go. Unplug those. Plug these in. Okay. And can add okay, is that it? All right, cool, cool. Thank you, Aaron. Your knowledge of how to utilize Wikipedia is astounding. Now, I need to remove the second microphone from this area, which I have done. Oh, okay. All right. So, I think we're good to go. Sorry, Pixels. I hate to have kept you waiting. I've got my fingers on the correct keys. Oops. What was that? All right. Cool. Okay, IJN. Trail number 1, sand duning. Oh, you've got to run to the ATV. That's awesome. Okay. And jump on, okay. Okay, so sort of like Excite Bike, how you can move the front wheel up and down. Oh, that's frightening. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I did not. Oh. Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Front wheel up. There we go. Okay. We made it. Somehow. Yeah. That's true. That's true. If I were driving the ATV, I would not have gotten up from that first spill. I would have left the ATV where it lay and walked home. Okay, this is the grass tracking course. Oh boy. Okay, you can't lean too far back, or that's what that happens. Okay. Get up. Get up. You're not hurt. There we go. Just kind of a little bit. And then, all right. Now this is a game. This is a game. Jump it. Oof. Get up, get up. Get up. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. All right. This is... Sorry. This is sort of like QWOP in a way. I can tell you that the... Jump. Jump. There we go. This is, come on. No. I keep pressing the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. All right. I shall do better. I shall do better. I'm trying to think, is there a better way that I could set up these controls? And I don't think there is. Wheel up, wheel down, jump. I should be able to remember that. Okay. Look at that. See that jumping start that I got? What? How did I? Oh, turn around. Whoa, Nelly. All right, perhaps you just need to raise the wheel up there and not try and jump up there. Come on. All right. Nope. Aaron, we may have to give this a go when you're over here on Friday. Want to see your skill with the ATV. You ever get ATVs driving around your neighborhood, Aaron? You live in the rich part of town, so I don't know if that happens as often. All right. Grass tracking. Grass tracking. It was the other Bee Gees song. Oh, right there on the thing. Look at my my machine here. So I bound back over to it. It's eager to go. It's ready to rock and roll. Come on, jump up there. Oh, nope. Yeah, this may be another one that's easier with the joystick. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that just because I'm horrible at all games. Oh, it is. It's very much like the Kickstart games, which I'm not great at. This is a... this is definitely the precursor to those games. Oh, oh, no, one more time. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong, I'm hitting the wrong button. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to deal with that particular sort of you know, raised platform. But all right, guys, it's hard to believe, but it's been over an hour since I started the Spectrum Madness. However, this is going to become a regular feature on the Amigos. I'm having such a blast with this little machine. There's so many great games. Like I said, you know, I kind of like the load times. Give us a chance to chat a little bit. But thanks, guys, for all the game suggestions. We'll get more as we go along. Thanks, Marcus, Picard, Pix, Aaron, anybody else that's just hanging around watching, Duncan. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. Marcus, hope to see you back on the streams. Welcome, welcome. And we'll see you on Friday. That's tomorrow for the show. Advantage Tennis. Check it out. See ya.